Hello guys, I don't know if anybody's actually gonna watch this or not, but meh. So this is Patapon. It used to be a PSP game. Let's just do this. Once upon a time, the Patapon ancients, by the power of the mighty one's drum, gained wisdom, courage, strength, and secret juju. The Patapon ancients, guided by the great mighty Patapon, ventured to Earthend in search of it. For the all-powerful Patapons, no foe was too mighty, no treasure out of reach, and no land unconquerable. The ancients fought bravely in the name of the great Patapon, and spawned a legend which lasted generations, but today the Patapons are far from glory. To those who seeketh Earthend, if thou hast found, O holy drum, the Patapon shall be your sons. Whether thou hast rhythm or nay, sway thine hips and learn the way. Thine efforts shall bear fruit one day, and Patapons will march and say, O mighty Lord of Patapons, we thank you now for what you have done. For what you've done, our glory is right back on track. Thank God you signed the holy pack. And you can sign. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, this is Patapon remastered. It's used to be a PSP game. They went ahead and brought the first and second game onto the PSN network for non-PSP versions. And yeah, so this is a rhythm game, and I'm not the best at it, but I have played a lot of it. I'll go into the main portions of how to play basically when we get to them. So yeah. Let's just sign the holy pact. And we get the O drum, or circle drum. Yeah, sorry, my ADHD gets really bad sometimes. Patapons come home. Hopeless, lost, and full of despair, the Patapon set out the bravest in search of the holy drum. But on the last leg of their travels, these heroes find themselves on the brink of exhaustion. Oh, mighty Patapon, please help. The Patapons need you now more than ever. So, you're supposed to press circle on the beat to the drum. So, in case if you don't hear, whenever you strike exactly on the beat, it makes a deeper bon sound. Like that. And then the less you are on the beat, the worse it sounds, so... Yep, the thing is completely off beat. I'm not doing a good job of getting on beat. And then I had 3 good beats there. Is this a drum? I think I feel energized. Wait, could it be? Oh, mighty Patapon! I knew you would come, mighty Patapon. I believe in this with all my soul. Please take this drum. And we get the square Patadrum. So yeah, to me this is kind of... I don't necessarily like the... Oh, mighty Patapon, please help. Guide the Patapons with the drum. Take turns drumming. And as you can see, that's what we're supposed to do. So, we take turns drumming. I'll wait till they go again. What? Patapon? You found mighty Patapon? Of course I did. Hooray! Forward march. Blessed mighty Patapon, we are humbled by your power of rhythm. Let me join you. Oh, what a sound, it's sublime. Alright, let's go to Patapopolis. What on earth? Be careful, something large is approaching fast. The Dongatari! Egads, Patapons, this is bad, those slim icons on the moon. Secatons ahead. I find it kind of hilarious that all I needed to do was do the palm drawing. And anyways, basically that little red tower there was the finish line. Anytime anybody crosses over it, it completes the mission. So, yeah. So yeah, you basically go ahead and do the beats. The Patapons will sing what you did back and do whatever you wanted them to do, and then you go ahead with the next beat after that to do it. And as you can see, there's a fever mode. Anyways, let's just read it. Hatapon and Yaripon, guided by the mighty Patapon, found their way back to Patapopolis. Yeah. Soon it is night and a feast begins in honor of the mighty Patapon. Oh, mighty Patapon, it is an honor. I am your loyal servant, Madame. Please, oh mighty Patapon, tell us your name. So I'm just gonna keep it as Kami, which means God in Japanese. King of all, oh mighty Kami, praise the mighty Kami. Welcome, Kami. Oh mighty Kami, how long we have waited for you. We're grateful that you've returned, except we're starving. Please give us food before we collapse and die. I like how they just put me to work. Ah, mighty Kami, go to the hunting grounds through this obelisk. So yeah, if you ever in need of understanding what you need to do, just go to this girl, which usually will be somewhere in between these two things. We'll go into them later. But anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and let's see what we got. This is the Patapon world map. Eventually, you can just look through all the things to find out what you need to know and what missions you can do. This is how to hunting on the Patata plain. Patapons are always hungry. Meat makes Patapon strong and is also a great offering. Gathering meat is the first step towards glory. So yeah. This is the mission select screen. Well, not mission select screen. This is the army select screen. Eventually we'll have, you can have up to 3 different Patapons here. We only have the Yaripons available at the moment. And yeah. So, okay. Well, I actually need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Since no one is here, I'm just gonna let it be, and maybe edit this out if I make a video on it. Yes, I know you're a crazy girl. Okay, sorry about that. So just to go over the stats for you guys, HP is of course how much life these guys have. Damage is whatever damage they can take, or not take, but actually go ahead and dish out per hit of their spears they throw or weapon they use. Speed is basically how fast they are. I don't know the relative timing as to how 2.seconds relates to what, but I'm assuming it takes like 2 seconds for them to go ahead and finish moving. Armor versus INF is armor versus infantry, so basically that would be like against Zigathons that are right up in your face. Armor versus ARW is armor versus arrows. Armor versus SPR is versus spears. Now the only one that I find is kind of weird for the armor is armor versus L and S, which is like fangs and stuff like that. So any beast type thing, that's gonna be what you want to focus on. We have the crit chance, which is a chance for a critical hit, of course. It KB chance, which is the knockback chance. And then we have CNC chance. Weird, but basically it actually means the chance to stagger a unit, which later on you'll get to see whenever we're attacking someone. They'll just all of a sudden kind of shake in place. We got the reverse versus critical hits, reverse versus knockback, and reverse resist versus the stagger. You can go ahead and equip these spear guys with different spears and different helmets. Yeah, and you can just generally just hit optimize as the triangle button to optimize whatever you have. You can switch them around with square, you can back out with circle, and if you for whatever reason want to delete one of the units, you can press the since I'm playing on the PS4 and whatnot, the option buttons to go ahead and retire them and basically delete them permanently. I don't know why it says quit. I never really understood it. I think it's just like a mistranslation. But anyways, we can just go ahead and start with the hunting mission now. Oh, mighty Patapon, please help. Give the Patapons the strength to fight. Mortal Kombat. Patapon. Darn. Darn it. Wow. Sorry for not talking. As I said earlier, I'm not best at this game, so I really need to focus to keep the beat. So yeah, as I was saying, that red little tower, whenever any of the Patapons pass it, it automatically ends the mission. So, as you saw there, even though I didn't finish the song, because they leaned past or touched it with by leaning against it with the phone, that went ahead and allowed me to get past the mission or complete it. So real quick. This is the hunting the mission complete mission. So it states what the mission was: hunting on Patapon. It tells us a crane time, how much machine we gain, which is like our currency that you can have. If we retrieved any cabs, lost any cabs, which is basically if any of the Patapons die, they leave behind a cab that you can pick up. If you lose them, you lose everything connected to them for good. You can see the spoilers that we got. They're carrying them. We got 4 Kachiks, 2 head of Motiti, and a wood branch. And Patapon, as it says, stays in the center of the army. Whenever they use the Pon attack song, the army attack, but Patapon will stand still. So basically, really, you are Patapon is the main person you gotta worry about whenever we're talking about taking on attacks. Basically, as long as you have all 3 types of Patapons still up, you generally won't have to worry about Patapon taking damage. Anyways, I got completely annoyed by it prompting me to go on. Ah, mighty Kami, we thank you for this sustenance. Everyone, make offerings to the great mighty Patapon. We are grateful for this bounty. King of all, oh mighty Kami. Kami! Yes, Kami. You're the best. Mighty Kami, let me show you the treasure storage. Which is basically our inventory of what we have. This is the altar that contains our offerings to you. Check the altar to view your inventory. Which is actually... It's actually a good thing to check every once in a while just to refresh yourself as to what you have. Because there are times when you got something and you didn't realize you get something and it ends up being important. Anyways, so we got our 2 drums, the Bon drum and the Pata drum. We got the 2 songs, the March of Mobility and the Aria of Attack. These 3 blinkings, ones that are blinking, are things we've gotten in the last mission. So we've gotten cafeteria meat. These are from the Kachiks, which are those pig-like creatures in the plains. The elders tell the young Patapons, if it fills your stomach, don't complain. Everyone must eat this meat sometimes. And then the tender meat, which came from birds, motitis. Patapons love this soft, luscious meat, but they can rarely eat it, even on their birthdays. And then we got a wood branch, available in abundance, except when you really need them. That description is more apt than you realize. Then we got a Yaripon memory, which is the memory of a Yaripon, legendary Yaripon's memory. This warrior, great warrior, once fought 1,000 foes. I sincerely doubted. We got a wooden spear, standard issue arrowhead tipped spear, handy on light but inflicts little damage. And wooden helms, the standard issue helmet is the trademark of the Patapon forces. So, basically, we'll get different categories of items, such as meat, wood, stone, and stuff like that. And each of them have different tiers to them. So the cafeteria meat and the wood branch are like the tier 1 to material, and then the tender meat is the second tier of the material. And basically, in order to upgrade your army, you generally want higher tier material, higher tier weapons, helmets, stuff like that. So, once again, I generally go ahead and talk to Madan here. Madan, I don't know how to exactly pronounce it. So that way you can get the full story of Patapon, because otherwise you miss out on some story. Oh great Kami, please guide us. Destroy the stone wall which blocks our destiny. And so, in following that, as you can see, now we have escape from exile. For as long as any Patapon can remember, their clan has lived in exile, trapped in a desolate land by an endless stone wall and the ruthless Zigadon army. And if you notice, you can see that from the obelisk all the way on the left, there is a little black line. And now, since we've completed our first mission of hunting on the Patata Plain, it now has a black line signifying that we've crossed through it. But now we're going into uncharted territory inside this, which, funny enough, is called the Eyeball Forest. Anyways, so we only have the Yari phones. We don't have any better weapons, so all we can do is deploy. Let's rest up for tomorrow. Egg, it can't be. Those dirty eyeballs are attacking. What to do, Silver? Give. Let's report this to General Ron. And yet, we got someone hiding in the bushes there. Uh-oh, stop right there. I'm Bon the Patapon. I shall fight by your side. Alright, here goes to victory for Patapopolis. And keeping the beat. We are out of danger. You fought well. Glory to Kami. presenting the memory of Patapon, the mighty warrior, tough as nails and lion brave. Soon it'll be our turn. Farewell, old great copy. That's not a bad drop. Only an iron spear. Go, go, go! In case if you're wondering, Soccer is my dog who's just lying belly up in front of me and just... Oh. Anyways, so, in case if you didn't notice, we got a new type of material called stone. That's the tier 1 material, obviously. We got a Patapon cap, a Patapon memory, a steel shield, and an iron spear. So, also, the tips menu in these whole things often are very helpful. So this one is explaining that whenever Patapons are in range of attacking anything, their eyes go ahead and turn like into this angry look. Anyways, the great warrior Patapon is a legendary hero. If only we can bring him back. Come, come, see our secret sanctuary. This is Mater, the tree of life. Great warriors can be revived here with the memories of the ancients. However, it requires kaching and wood materials like stone and wood. So, if you ever look in, you can see for Patapons we need meat and stones. For Yaripons we need meat and wood and wood. So, I generally try to get 3 of these guys, just because it's nice to have 3 of each of the starting people before you really move on to the story proper. But in case if you didn't notice, the Patapon cap ended up going ahead and disappearing because they buried it. So, real quick, have mercy, I sensed something terrible. What is it that approaches? And blood, crimson blood. Priestess Madame, the Zigothons are attacking. They are advancing through the forest. Oh, great Kami, these guys stirred that. Even if we must face the terrible Zigothons, it is our ultimate dream to see it at the end of everything. So, here's that cap that we saw earlier. La la la, why hello, almighty Kami. I'm the musician, Pan the Patapon, and I serve the great Patapon. Thank you for giving me life. And I like how they just say their name, Patapon. But anyways, basically, every once in a while you'll find these caps and all that to go ahead and basically these are mini games to get different types of resources. This one goes ahead and gives you like tier 1, tier 2 wood materials. If you're lucky, you can get a tier 3 wood material, or even a tier 1 for the stone. So, oh great Kami, do you need any tree branches? Give me a little something and I'll repay you with interest. that is actually kind of false at the same time because it is possible to not get anything. But anyways, I'll just go ahead and demonstrate it with the playthrough. Uh, this. Oh yeah, the tree comes to life. Everything that basically they interact with comes to life. But basically, just to explain this minigame real quick. Uh, basically, this minigame operates on a 3-beat song system instead of the general 4 beats to everything. And because it operates on a 3-beat system, uh, it's a little bit more generous in accepting what is allowed, but at the same time, it's if you don't get it exact, you won't get the materials per se. Anyways, you'll see what I'm talking about. What a fine nap that was. Is that Pan the Pokemon? Born. Born. Uh, as usual, my crown itches. Born. Sing, dance, and shake the crown. That crown. Born. Listen. Hear my song. Hear the rhythm, Bon. Can you keep up, Bon? Bon. Let me hear you wail that horn. Bon. Here goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take this as thanks, Babon. So we managed to get a second tier wood branch with that for cherry tree. According to legend, the ancient colossal cherry tree in the east was resting deities. These are talking about sakura blossoms and whatnot. Talking about basic general tiers to weapons and whatnot. You got the tin/wooden tier, and then you got iron, and then you finally get steel. Anyways, I'm gonna try one more time for a better thing, because in case if you didn't notice, I messed up a little bit here and there. And they just say the exact same thing, so after the first time you just kind of learn to press X until you can finally get to the game. Oh yeah! See, there it goes. Ah, what? So yeah, whenever you don't hit all the notes perfectly, you get the tree leaves. Oh wow. That's weird. Okay, so we managed to get tier third for tier 3 for the whatchamacallit, a tier 3 wood material, which is called hinoki. legends say that even the mighty great Patapon's home is made up of this sacred Hinoki timber. I'm kinda tempted to go ahead and do another hunting mission. Just so that way I can get more Patapons. Because as I said, generally you want to have 3 of them in these starting missions. Anyways, yeah. I'm actually getting really lucky with the weather. Of course. Ah, dang it. Just explaining the hunting mechanics a little bit, as I mentioned earlier. I'm getting kind of lucky with the hunting mechanics, at least, because the motitis, which you can see here, actually go ahead, and if you go ahead and they're actually generally more difficult to catch than the Kachiks, which is why they have tier 2 meats instead of the tier 1s. But the reason why they're more difficult is because they can smell Patapons a lot clearer than the other ones. So, which is why you generally don't want the Patapons, the shield guys, on hunting missions, because first off, they'd go ahead and just run up to the guys and attack them, and so that would basically eliminate any chance of getting motitis. But also, they're generally, it's better to attack from a distance, these guys, because as soon as they take damage or notice you, they'll run off a little bit and then stop, and then yeah, and so it's easier to hunt with the spear guys than getting the shield guys involved. Anyways, something that and as you can see, hunting gives you meat. But anyways, as you can see, anytime you complete a mission, they'll hold a festival. If for whatever reason you lose a mission, they won't be able to hold the festival because you lost. And whenever you do complete a mission, as long as there's any spoils, they'll generally put like whatever spoils you have on there, like for meat and stuff. And yeah, and so yeah, whenever you have anything new pop up, that's when you see the bright glowing things, white things, flashing white things to signify it. So yeah, I am going to get another Patapon, and I will go over basic stats with these guys. So, real quick, Zigothons strike back. The Zigothons have launched a counterattack in eyeball force. Soldiers are set to ambush at every turn. Only Patapons can lead the way to victory. Basically, giving you the heads up that you need Patapons. So, generally, you'll go through a mission with the type of unit, the souped up version of the unit, and then they'll give you the memory, and then you can go ahead and use them for later on. So as you can see, there you go. So these guys, you have 3 equipment slots: the helms, the weapons, and then the shield. As you can see, the shield goes ahead and upgrading to steel shield gives you 20 HP. But not only that, it also goes ahead and increases your resistances to everything by 20%. So yeah. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get this started. And hopefully we get good drops, because a very limiting factor to this whole thing is what you get from the Zigothon army to what drops you get from them. Alright. How long do we have to? Shh, there. Amber. And these guys are obviously leading us into another ambush. Haha, fooled you. Come on, get it. Uh-oh. That green thing is a potion which will go ahead and heal up all your units that are still alive. Thank you. Nice. Nice. So, generally, the only way to get better equipments for your army is to go ahead and fight the Zigadon army. Which, generally, the only way to do so is to go ahead and fight in the main story missions. So, we got a steel axe and a steel spear from that, which is very nice. Oh, great mighty Kami. Have you met the musical prodigy Pan the Patapon? Yes, we have. So, yeah. That's basically... Generally, if you're playing the game, you won't... they literally, anytime you get one of these guys, they literally have to walk from Mater all the way to wherever they're staying at, which gets further and further away. So generally, if you're playing, it wouldn't have been enough time to go ahead and have him reach Ububon in order to... oh great, come, please guide us to Earth then. Nice and simple. This spear guy right here is actually, as far as I know, the only unnamed secondary character in the game. But anyways, so yeah, as you can see, that black bar is still now there, and now we get to the battle for Zigadon Fort at Dodon Basin. At the ends of Earth End, gaze upon it and be granted true happiness. The Patapons must destroy the fort to fulfill the prophecy. So, let's just equip this, and wow, it goes from 5 to 15 to 5 to 25, and we're able to move 0.2 seconds faster. Gaining a 30% crit chance, 10% knockback, and getting a 10% stagger bonus to that. So here is the standard guy with no improvements. We get to Iron Spear gains basically 20% knockback chance and 2 minimum damage, and as well as 3 maximum damage. From upgrading to a steel spear to the to the Iron Spear, we get a 1%, 1 minimum damage and 1 maximum damage. But the real meat and potatoes come from the crit chance, increased crit chance of 10%, increased knockback chance of 10% compared to the Iron Spear, and the 10% staggered chance. Which, okay. And I feel like now is a good time to explain the fever mechanics. Basically, you can go ahead and after 10 successful beats, you can get into fever mode, which does various things. If you were paying attention, whenever you reach fever, Yaripons start jumping and then throwing their spears, which give them, I believe, increased crit chance and not greater knockback. And in order to keep the fever, you need to go ahead and at the very least get one of the 4 beats exactly on time. So as I mentioned at the very first thing, for the patas and the bonds, it becomes a whole lot deeper, if that makes sense. The sounds for that. So yeah. If you go ahead and even if you don't get all 4 beats, any of them exactly on beat, you get one last chance to get that, and if you don't, then you lose it. If you completely mess up one of the beats to the where it goes like the ding, then you lose it at that point in time. There's also another use for it, but we'll get to that later. But generally, there's always some type of change to the Patapons whenever they are in fever mode. So let's go ahead and rest up for tomorrow for the next mission. Ha ha ha! You've reached the end of the line. You're joking, stop that. Peace. Ciao. Not sure if you noticed, but there's a guy hiding in the grass. Nice. Hey, that's the way. I'm Don, the Yumi Bomb. I can provide you with backup. Oh no. My task is done. Farewell for now. I'm Yumi Pond, the expert archer. You can find me at May of the Tree of Life. From here on, you're on your own. Glory to the Patapon. Stay well. Farewell, great Kami. Good. Still got. Okay, also, there's a way to get fever faster for those who are more musically inclined, and that is to get all 4 beats on 2 for like twice in a row. Anyways, so we got 2 stones, 3 iron spears, a wood branch, the Chaka Chaka song, which we can't use right now, the Yumi Pond's memory, a steel bow, and a hard iron. So, as that mentions, Yumi Pons are at their best during fever. Yumi Pons believe that the best offense is the best defense, and with fever, their shots triple in strength. They can defeat any enemy, but even Yumi Pons have a weak point. They're extremely vulnerable to fire. So, Yumi Pons, basically what that is whenever you're in fever, they go ahead and shoot 3, instead of shooting once per attack, they shoot attack beat that you put out, they shoot 3 times. You may now revive the great warrior Yumipon at the Mater Tree of Life. Alright, so these guys require wood and stone. Alright, and if you for whatever reason want to go ahead and use more material for them, for these guys, you do get something called rare pawns, which basically take away the need for the helmet and give you better defensive stats and whatnot. But if you make your army nothing but rare pawns, they all have their weaknesses to things. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what Madan is terrified of. How terrified? Whatever shall we do, Kami? Almighty Kami. The mightiest Zikaton, Gong the Hawkeye, seeks revenge. So yeah. So now we gotta face Gong the Hawkeye. The Patapon Zikaton conflict continues, and Gong the Hawkeye has come to strike back after losing the fort. Beware of Gong's Hammer of Fury, which is BS because it's not he doesn't wield a hammer. Anyways, so we got the Yumi Pawns. Real quick, equip everyone as best as they can. In my opinion, the best army has the Patapons tricked out first and most point because they stop the opposing army from actually getting to Patapon. Then you have the Yumi Pawns, which deal out the most damage in my opinion whenever you're in fever mode in regards to the first three Patapons that you get. They deal out the most damage, and then last but not least the Yari Pawns. Anyways, we'll go ahead and real quick look at the difference in stats between the bows. So we skipped a tier from the wooden bow to the steel bow. The wooden bow gives us 4 basically 4 points of damage difference. Basically you can get like 3 to 6. This gives us 7 from 5 to 11, so it gives us at least 2 more damage minimum, possibly 5 more at the maximum. It also gives us a 20% more chance of crit, which, as I stated earlier, when in fever, this guy will shoot 3 times, so that's basically once every shot. That's a chance to crit, which I don't know how the crit actually deals. But anyways, this should be enough until you get to the desert, in which case you'd want more of something. But anyways, I don't know exactly what more you'd want, but your army is generally gonna be based on beware the evil, it be coming. I'm finished. Gonga Hawkeye hereby warns you. Those who go further will face an early death. So nice. Why you, the mighty paladin, knows how to recruit. Ah, come on. Yumitons, aim and fire.
Almighty Patapon, perhaps the legends are true and you really are a threat to the Zigatons. Nice. All forces attack. Here and now, we destroy the root of evil. This time we retreat, but we shall have our revenge. Well, at least we're getting more helmets. Alright, so... anyways, so we got a steel helm, which is nice. An iron spear, which is... we already got, like, 5 of them, so... we're probably gonna need to make more, Yachty pawns, I believe they're called. And we got a map of some sort and an iron helm. Set thine eyes upon it at earth end, and you shall be granted eternal contentment. So yeah, no, I don't want to. I need stone. The blank map, clean slate and nothing, but not to my eyes. Unknown ruins are shown in magic ink. Seek them to unlock all told mysteries. I'm gonna see if I can't get, more stones from this guy, which is unlikely, but hopefully I won't get some. Oh yeah. Nice. Ubo Bone's heart and crown are cleansed. That's basically whatever he says whenever you get all of them right without any mistakes. Or at least, yeah. Anyways, real quick, get one more Yaripon and Ancestral Guardian. See, notice how the black bar completely passes by this tile? Yeah, that's because we haven't gone ahead and faced this guy yet. With the blank map as their guide, the Patapons venture into unknown territories, uncovering the secrets of the Heaven ruins. No. First and foremost, get this. So, difference between Iron Helm and the Wooden Helm is just 20 HP. Difference between a Steel Helm and an Iron Helm is a difference of, I want to say, 40 because, yeah, 40, and then you also get more armor versus infantry, more armor versus arrows, spears, and also fangs and whatnot. And then, yeah. Then make sure all these guys have all their upgraded equipment, and then so yeah, generally you can go ahead and always find something at these rooms for the first time. In this case, we get the chaka drum, which is really like a tambourine or something. Sorry. Oh, mighty Patapon, can you hear me? You will now learn the third song, the rhythm of defense, to bring out the best Patapon qualities. Yeah, like I said, so like I said earlier, everyone changes whenever you're in fever mode. Whenever the Patapons are in fever, oh come on, really? Whenever Patapons are in fever, whenever you use the defense song, their shields grow massive and they take reduced damage. Anyways. Now, in case if you haven't noticed, the wind in the back actually affects arrows and spears and how they go ahead and affect each other. So whenever the wind is against your back, your arrows travel farther. In contrast, your scent also goes farther. Nice. So in case if you didn't notice, he actually staggered, and I don't want to give him the chance to recover his HP. So nice. So, in case if you didn't know, there is actually a chance. Ooh, that is nice. There's actually a chance to completely lose your unit. And anyways, we got the Chaka Drum Titanium Ore, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the tier 3, and then the head of the Lunga, which is. Anyways, yeah. So as you can see with that whatchamacallit, tip, caps on the lifelines. If they die, you can pick them up, but some bosses are able to swallow them whole, which that guy was about to do, and we managed to stagger him, which interrupted the attack and then killed him. Great Kami, it's time to cross the deplorable desert. Legends tell of a great rain that falls and makes the infernal desert heat not so unbearable. Juju is the knowledge of the mighty ones. Great Kami surely can bring us rain. King of all, oh mighty Kami, praise the mighty Kami. Kami, you're the best. Yes, Kami, you're the best. Loyal subjects, praise the mighty Patapon, the great Kami. Legend has it that the old ones watch over the divine artifacts at Dodonka. Mighty Kami, unlock the secret of the Juju on the Patapon plain. So yeah, in a not so subtle hint, well, in a hint, basically, also if you read this, it says, Desert crossing, ancient legend tell of the Patapon king that crossed the desert invoking the secret rain Juju, a power whose secret is hidden deep in the Patata plain. So, generally, you don't want to go here just yet. You want to go back to the Patata plain. And now that you got the Chica drone, you want to go ahead and And come back here. Ugh. Sorry. Anyways, as you can see, this thing, how to activate it is you have to do what it says. But without defeating the Donga, you couldn't reach it. You couldn't have, you didn't have access to Chaka. And if I can actually do this without messing up, that'd be nice. And